What's up, book nerds? I got Death's End by Cixin Liu, translated by Ken Liu. This is the third book in the Three Body Problem book. I guess there's four, so I think technically this ends the story, and then the fourth book is written by someone else. And it's just like stories of people like of while this shit's happening when it's not focusing on like the main plot points and shit in the three books. So once again, great story, hard to follow, uh, just because of the sciencey stuff and a little bit, and like in the third time, I think it believes the third time I'll say it. It's hard for me to follow like names because they're Eastern Asian names, so it's sticking in my brain. I just remember who basically who did what. Like Lyoji, he finally stuck in my head. The main female character, if they said her name, I'm like, oh, that's her. But like right now, I couldn't tell you her name. But speaking of that, excuse me. Uh, I don't know if it's this is just my speculation and an observation I made. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, a religious thing, a personal thing, but I feel like Cixin uh maybe doesn't like women because throughout this entire story, all three books, it's a woman who causes the Trisolarians to come to like head towards Earth. Um, the main female character that becomes a sword holder, uh, he fucks up in dropping the ball with the Dark Force shit, and then they have a chance to save the universe with light speed travel, and she puts a kibosh on that. So, which would save the entire human race. Uh, and it just like three times women have doomed like humanity in these books, and it's like that's an obvious. I think that's an obvious choice, right? So I don't know if it's like like I said, I don't know if it's any of those things that I said. Maybe it's, but it's also it's an observation I made. Um, there is a redeeming qualities of it at the end. You have several characters. AA, who's the also that was an easy one to remember. The main female character's best friend. Her and the guy near the end of the book, um, both tell her it's not you didn't do anything wrong. Human race chose you because you choose love. Blah blah blah. So I feel like that's a bad cop out. I feel like I wanted to throw that in there right off the rip. But holy shit, I really thought the book still could have ended with the second book. That was a nice finite ending. This one just goes, oh hey, by the way, so we're gonna keep this shit going. Now there's like the Dark Force thing's real. Now there's a whole nother race of aliens. They're gonna eventually come and fuck you up. Um, we have starships way out in the galaxy that are trying to make it to other places. Um, there's literal time travel. Uh, there's so much shit here. It would be hard not to spoil things and uh and also like it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of like sciencey shit. There's there's pocket dimensions. There's the fourth dimension. Uh, great great story, and I can't emphasize this enough. Once again, I'm recommending it, but not recommending this book. I watched the show. I can't wait till they come out with the rest of like the bits of the show. Obviously, there's been years since or a year or so since season one, but if you can stomach it, do. But yeah, there's a lot. Just like the OG's uh farewell. That guy went through it. You know, he's the original Earth savior when all this bullshit happens. He has a nice way of going out at 200 years old. Um, there's a lot of really emotional shit. Like I'm driving and I'm about to get to a job site where there's a bunch of dudes and I'm like tearing up and shit. Uh, but yeah, this is a great story. Like I said, it's hard with all the sciencey shit. I looked a little bit more into Cixin Liu. Uh, he's apparently also an engineer, so like probably a lot of this shit in theory is real. But you know, it's very science heavy. Obviously very science fictiony. Great story, good books. I just I give him like this one's probably the worst out of the three, but still great. So if you can get through this, if you've read the first two books, read this one. Uh, I highly recommend listening to it. Um, but yeah, this I will not consider the fourth book the ending. I consider this the ending. I will read it, but this is it. And if you read this book, you'll see why it's it. You can't really go much further than that. So, but yeah, check this out. The whole series lovely, great. Like there's a lot of uh, what is it? Um, philosophical like discussions that go through this book. Like maybe we should have done this. If we did this, maybe this wouldn't happen. Blah blah blah. Like did we do the right? A lot of it's like did we do the right thing? And I would disagree with a lot of it. There's obviously a lot of Chinese influence in how like the government works in the books and stuff. Um, obviously an American, you know, uh, but it still wouldn't make sense because like everyone comes together and there's like kind of a homogeny of like all the world's governments. I don't see a lot of the world's governments actually doing what could possibly happen here, and it's very. You see a lot of the Chinese authors, Chinese like of fucking course you're gonna see that. But yeah, just check this book out. Or check this the whole fucking series out. You probably could leave out the fourth book. I mean that's still up in the air. I still need to read it. But great. It's great. All these covers fucking rock, by the way. Um I got all the hardcovers because that's the way to fucking go if it's possible. But anyways, go check this shit out. If you made it this far, please follow all my shit. I do written reviews on Fable. Um, I probably those are probably mean a little bit like I have more in those. I usually do them as soon as like I finish the book if possible. Um, but yeah, follow me on Twitch, TikTok, all that other bullshit. Depending on where you're seeing this. But all right, go read nerds. Bye.